Hello friends, welcome to the Spiritual Revelation channel. Thank you very much for accepting our previous videos. My previous speeches on 10 tips for those who write exams, election 2019 and the Indian Christians, and the movie review on the least of these, the Graham Stein story, were well received by many. And many of you commented that those were useful. If you require some ideas in certain areas of your life, please comment below the video. Please subscribe the channel, press the bell icon for notifications, and do not forget to share the link with others. In the current episode, I am going to discuss something about career guidance for students and graduates. In the Indian context, a lot of graduates are being produced on an annual basis. As there are hundreds of schools, colleges, universities, including theological schools and colleges, we do not have enough career guidance centers or qualified career counseling personalities in our country. In such a context, some of the significant questions we need to ask are how to channelize our students and graduates to the next level, and how can we make them internationally competent. These are some of the significant questions we need to pay attention. In the current speech, I would like to highlight 10 significant aspects the students, graduates, parents, churches, and organizations need to remember. The first and foremost thing I would like to highlight is choose internationally recognized programs. Choose internationally recognized programs. Before choosing a program, do a lot of research about its scope, limitations, and other related things. The validity of the program in the national and the international levels should be carefully analyzed. What kind of a curricula or syllabi the program utilizes is one of the key questions. Whether the curricula or the syllabi have any international or national credibility, think about that. If we wrongly choose a program, it will negatively affect us all through our life. Remember that. So prepare yourself for the best program at all levels in order to have a fulfilling life ahead. Discuss with knowledgeable people and search the internet for more information about the program that you are choosing. The second important aspect we need to remember is choose a nationally or internationally recognized institution. Choose a nationally or internationally recognized institution. In a context in which education is projected as a business or a profit-making enterprise, the institution we choose for study should be researched beforehand in order to avoid all sorts of future disappointments. The past and present status of the institution, the promising career of its graduates, the faculty, and the curricular and the extracurricular activities, the facilities, and the holistic aspects of the institution should be researched. Moreover, the affiliation and the accreditation of the institution should be looked at carefully. An institution without having proper affiliation, accreditation, and recognition should not be chosen for your educational career. Also look at whether the institution is part of a university system and whether it existed for a long time in that particular area of your interest. These are some of the significant aspects you need to look at before beginning your career. The third important aspect is develop your aggregate grade. Develop your aggregate grade. Once when you are admitted in a college or a university, then the primary thing is scoring the maximum aggregate grade in order to apply for the future programs. Developing confidence in academic affairs is one of the significant areas one should work for. Writing quality assignments and term papers, preparing well for the examination, developing the skill of reading, attending extracurricular academic activities, and others shall help us to be confident in that area. Developing the reflective skills, writing skills, and innovation are important areas that attune us for scoring grades. There we need to pay much attention in our academic career. The fourth important aspect is develop an area of interest. It is better to develop an academic interest at the graduate level itself. At the master's level, make a concrete plan about your area of interest. And at the PhD level, go to the micro details of that area. Alongside of developing interest, it is also important to facilitate skills to reach the expected goals. Once when we develop an interest and facilitate skills, then think about the future scope of that particular area. In that way, we can advance in our academic career. The fifth important aspect is complete the language requirements. In some of the national and international universities, both classical languages like Greek, Hebrew, Latin, Syriac, Sanskrit and others, and the modern languages like German, French and others are requirements to be qualified for their programs. Candidates, those who apply, should fulfill those requirements by learning the languages in modules in different language learning centers. When we choose language learning centers, always make sure that the centers are authorized to issue valid diplomas and certificates. By all means, avoid going to a language center that cannot offer you a valid diploma or a valid certificate. The sixth important aspect is fulfill other university requirements. Those who prepare for higher level degree programs in the Western universities should prepare well in advance for SAT exam, CAT exam, TOEFL, GRE and other tests. Applicants should come to certainty about what are the requirements of a university where he or she seeks admission. Before writing those tests, it is better to attend coaching classes in order to score better for those tests. We need to be mindful of these things in all through the areas of our academic career. The seventh important aspect is connect with the scholars in the area of research. Nowadays, it is easier to find scholars or experts in our areas of interest, both nationally and internationally. If we are able to convince professors who are experts beforehand, that will increase the chances of our admission. Searching their profile online and connecting them is important. Understand their contributions beforehand and be acquainted with their areas of interest. Establishing good relationship with the scholars or experts is very important in the process of seeking admission in an institution or a university. The eighth most important thing is prepare an innovative research proposal. Original thinking is one of the significant areas we need to be aware of. A proposal that breaks new grounds shall be appropriated by experts and institutions. An innovative research proposal can be prepared only after gathering a lot of ideas, both within the discipline as well as disciplines across the boundary. A lot of reading in the field of specialization and developing gap theories shall help us to come out in convincing ways. The ninth most important area we need to highlight is scholarship for financing the study. Finance is one of the important areas a student or a researcher should pay much attention. In most of the cases, there are international finance agencies to support our researches and our studies. In order to receive financial support, the aggregate grade, the research proposal, and the test scores are important. Score maximum in those areas. Many universities and colleges look forward for prospective candidates in order to support them financially. We can search about the financial matters with the college or the university authorities and other financing bodies. Mostly they extend their helping hands toward the people, those who approach them. The 10th and the last concern I would like to express here is be connected and build further connections. In today's context, building wider connections through media, especially social media, is an important area. Once when we begin to focus on research area, it is better to get ideas about the key figures in that field. We need people who know our interest and recommend us for our program. We also need to cherish relationship with the people in institutions, organizations, and other bodies. Those relationships shall mostly help us in the process of our career development. After telling all these 10 important key points, when I come into a conclusion, what I wanted to say is that those who prepare for their career development should brainstorm well in advance and work hard until they get there. Conscious effort to develop the skills shall lead us to enormous opportunities and resources. When we think about an institution, always research about the academic surroundings of that institution. Always be pleasant, hopeful, and at the same time hardworking until the final result. Vitality, courage, sensitiveness, and intelligence are some of the hallmarks of a bright person. Above all, pray and work hard to achieve the goals. May God bless us all. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon of the channel. Also feel free to share this video with others. I will come up with another video very soon. Until then, bye.